her appearance at the Met Gala to her front cover photo in a magazine that didn't even exist, most of Lily Jean's entire career as a triumphant public figure turned out to be nothing more than one massive lie.
This is
It
kind of
eventually went
impressive.
way deeper than just the photos themselves. Her professional Instagram page, which often displayed what seemed to be very authentic brand deals, boasted a verification badge as well as a follow account of over 1 million. However, this 1 million follow count would also be where her ruthless expose began, after users on Reddit would notice that despite her high follower count, she'd receive very few likes on each photo, leading to initial suspicions that she might have
likes and comments are the dead giveaway, I think. Like, accounts can die, but yeah.
Lily Jean began by stating that her engagement is a little more than suspicious, before going on to explain that she averages anywhere from 100 to 1,000 likes per post, implying that almost all of her 1 million followers were completely inactive. The website flanks.com, which stores Instagram engagement data, states that on average, accounts with more than 1 million followers have an engagement rate of 1.97%, meaning that an account with 1 million followers should be receiving approximately 19,700 likes per post, highlighting Lily Jean's maximum of 1,000 likes per post as suspicious. Over on Twitter, her engagement appeared even more dubious, as discussed in one comment reading, "I just looked at her Twitter and she has 11.1k followers, but the only person that likes that post is her mum."
No. Started stream at 8. I have to get up at 11, God of War.
A bit of misinformation, as in reality,
unless I did say 10.
sometimes receive
I don't know.
up to 2 likes per text post,
I don't remember.
and a whopping 5 likes if she posted a nice
I haven't
photo
packed
of
yet, so I got to get off and pack,
A
unfortunately.
little bit here. However, with over 11,000 followers,
I did say 8.
to receive
Okay,
more
cool.
than 10 likes on a post, and the fact that her Twitter account would eventually get banned for violating the Twitter rules, sets a pretty good baseline for how suspicious Lily Jean's activity was in the beginning. This was hammered home further in another Reddit comment relating to her Instagram, which read, 1.1 million followers and less than 70 likes in 5 hours is pretty telling, as well as another screenshot posted to Twitter of a website which had estimated that over 90% of Lily Jean's followers were fake. However, 90% could have still been a conservative estimate. Assuming her Facebook following of 27,000 and her YouTube following of 24,000 are both legitimate, it's hard to imagine that her real Instagram following is much higher than 30, 40 or 50,000.
That's the thing, it's crazy there was a big era of like buying followers.
Stranger. Because after this original Reddit expose would blow up in popularity, Lily Jean's likes per Instagram post randomly shot up to between 20,000 and 35,000 likes per post. Occasionally this number would reach even higher to around 50,000 likes, leading many to believe that she was now also paying to increase her engagement in addition to purchasing followers. Her comments began to flood with hundreds of other verified Instagram accounts, all leaving extremely basic positive comments, each of which almost always receiving less than 10 likes per comment, despite the photo itself receiving up to 50,000. If you want a good laugh, look at her IG comments. She has thousands of comments that say amazing.
I mean, if you actually get legitimate brand deals from it though, like,
it's insane IG lets her get away with it,
thank
and they're
you,
all verified
June.
for some
Thank
reason.
you.
Compare this with another relevant
have a lovely
content
night.
creator like Valkyrae, whose top comments from other verified creators receive hundreds if not thousands of likes, and suddenly it becomes obvious that Lily Jean's comment section also smells a little bit fishy. The most interesting
it's pretty
part
obvious,
about
I
Lily
think,
Jean's
when someone's
statistics
faking
is
it.
that
Do you not
purchasing
agree,
as many
chap?
followers and likes as she had is costly, like really costly. Isn't buying that many followers pretty expensive? 2 websites
Maybe she
listed
just got the
2,000
money.
plus USD for that. That is insane. With a quick Google search, you can find multiple websites that sell Instagram followers, claiming to make you an instant niche influencer, increase your sales and profit, make you a celebrity
Chat, have you
instantly,
ever
and
bought
give you
followers or
excellent
likes?
PR, all for the price of $8 USD per 1,000 followers.
I find it crazy how you just pay
$8,000
for
USD
a
in exchange for
verification
follower
tag
of
these days
1 million.
too.
However, it gets even pricier when you start to look at how much it costs to buy likes, which sell
Damn,
at
she
a rate
be
of $150
spending
per
the money.
25,000. When considering Lily Jean's average of 35,000 likes per post, you begin to get an idea as to how much she had to have been shelling out in order to maintain her image as an influencer.
Do you know where
that's
you buy
assuming she was
followers?
paying for
Yeah,
it.
I don't
Another
even know how
Reddit
it
comment
works.
indicated that this might not have been the case. I remember a while ago reading an article on how to increase your following on Instagram.
It's kind of interesting though, because it kind of shows how like, you know, I guess like some people are like, well, I guess like when social media first came out, we put so much worth on likes, and it's almost like narcissism a little.
And one of the recommendations was to
We just want to be liked by
of yourself.
people we've never met.
An automated program or something. They can run different accounts to make it easier. The details are a blur, but it's along those lines. I was like, nah. So I wouldn't be surprised if at least the majority of these are run by her. Under the suspicion that Lily Jean had somehow managed to create hundreds of thousands of accounts personally,
good night, John.
people began
Have a
to look
lovely
into those
sleep.
who followed her.
Are you going to work as well now?
On her
See ya.
posts. They'd run into accounts such as this one called @Howif, which had commented "Marry me," yet had no profile picture, no posts, no followers, and only one account following. Lily Jean. This was basic evidence showing that either Lily Jean had some bizarre super fans that had created accounts specifically to follow her and her only, or alternatively, something or someone was creating these accounts with the sole goal of boosting Lily Jean's
I think
follower
Instagram's
count
gotten
and
behind this.
engagement. However, accounts like Howie for only the absolute tip of what would become a colossal sized iceberg, as those who were suspicious continued to dig further, finding some of the strangest, most unexplainable accounts. For example, there was this one called Shaniqua4798, which was apparently run by an African American lady, in posts such as this one which read, "I love this photo, I am so badass."
That
Yet,
looks
for
so
some reason,
fake. It
over
looks like
half
such
her
a fake
profile was just
photo.
photos of Lily Jean, as if it was some kind of fan page. What was even more bizarre was that in some of the posts, there were full-blown stories of Shaniqua's incredible experience meeting Lily Jean, typed in an African American accent with the N-word and all. Girl says, "Oh hello, my name is Lily Jean and I'm an up-and-coming model, motivational speaker,
What is
actress,
happening?
etc." You get my drifts right, y'all. Her name is hashtag
It's real
Lily
chat.
Jean
The
and she
likes
does
are real,
hashtag
okay? They're just
NUA work
haters.
too. But she really is also everything. So impressed on how sweet and little she was. Her makeup was friggin' flawless. She asked her who did her makeup and the little bitty says,
Ain't nobody
"Oh, I really
writing
do
this
my
kind of
own, and
stuff."
minimal is better. The story in its over-complimentary nature
Brand deals. I just want to get to the
as a
brand deal
result of
part.
this apparent engagement, Lily would find herself with a multitude of different brand deals on her platform, the quantity of which listed in the original Reddit
No
post.
way,
However,
drunk
with all the
elephant,
other
no
fake
shot.
information that had been uncovered, people were unsurprisingly skeptical about how legit these brand deals really were. It's very possible that those companies aren't actually sponsoring her. Anyone can just write hashtag ad in their caption and tag
Facts.
the company. The main problem here was that it's kind of hard to expose a fake brand deal. As the comment mentioned, anyone can buy whatever they want, post themselves using it on Instagram, chuck in hashtag ad, and suddenly they're a paid influencer. It's not like any brand is going to speak up and do anything about it, because why would they want to
think
get in the way
brands
of someone
do
promoting
actually
their
do some
product
stuff
on
about
Instagram
this.
for free? Well, this would be the case for most, except for one brand.
Unless you're if you're
Lily Jean would
controversial.
post a vlog of her heading to the Bite Beauty store in New York City, during which she would not only be greeted by a bunch of fans to get photos, but to also create her own sponsored lipstick shade titled Lily.
She's
The
paying people to be
collaboration would be announced
fans?
on her
No way.
personal Instagram in a post reading, "Pretty sure this warm red I made at Bite Beauty is off the hook. You hashtag genies can purchase this shade in P+L by calling in or dropping by stores.
I'm good,
Just
Calvin.
ask
How are
for
you?
the Lily." However, those who had been to Bite Beauty before knew that it was a store where anyone could go and combine colors together to make their own lipstick. In
That's
the
pretty
video,
cool.
she said she got the opportunity to create her own lipstick at the Bite Beauty lab, which I'm pretty sure anyone can do if you go to the Bite lab in New York. Like Safia Nygaard did it too and did a video on it just like LJ here did. Yep. all
Yeah,
you
I think
do
a
is
lot of
book an
companies
appointment
don't want you
online and pay
pretending to be in a
65
partnership with them
bucks.
if you aren't.
Anybody can do it. According to this Reddit
I'm
comment
good,
and this
man,
Reddit
I'm
comment,
good.
which to be fair are both pretty poor evidence, the brand would then reach out to Lily Jean, telling her that she needed to stop lying about their collaboration.
You're good,
However,
Calvin, that's
Lily
good.
Jean wasn't only limited to lying about brand deals. Some of the photos she
Why,
posted were
she
also lies
photoshopped herself
created
in Met
in
Gala.
Photoshop. We mentioned in the very beginning that Lily Jean had apparently
Okay, that's- I was gonna
Met
say,
Gala
is she
and
good at
seen this
Photoshop at
photo
least?
before users would realize that it was simply her face photoshopped.
That's
over
the
Katy
worst
Perry's.
Photoshop
Another
job
photo
I've
which
ever
would surface
seen.
In 2019, displayed Lily Jean's face on the
Surely
front
it's like
of
a
Teen
weird
Vogue
social
magazine,
experiment on
yet
her
Teen
behalf.
Vogue had been discontinued 2 years earlier in
Be a cool YouTube
2017.
series.
Finally, Reddit would find a photo of Lily Jean's face being displayed in Times Square, with many assuming that this was also done in Photoshop. It would be revealed that this was actually a real image, but only because Lily had been chosen by the CoverGirl brand to have her face put up there, as their marketing campaign
Oh,
required
true.
images of real people. How ironic. As the evidence continued to mount against Lily Jean, it got to the point where she could no longer ignore it. Yet, instead of coming clean, admitting her mistakes, and starting fresh, she'd arrogantly claim that she was in the right and that she was simply the victim of cyberbullying. She'd
Oh,
post images
no.
such as this one with a caption reading, "And there it is, cyberbullying is a real thing." I hope that people out there reading this who might be that
You gotta be,
bully
like,
or being
mentally ill. Mine
cyberbullied
see that
know
girl we,
it's
like,
not
scammed everybody?
In addition to playing the victim, Lily Jean would be
That
confronted
Netflix
about
show,
by her
and it's like,
followers,
I
to
can't
which
remember
she
her
had no
name. It
responsible
reminds me of
rebuttal
that.
and would simply state that she was once again being bullied. She'd also attempt to debunk the Photoshop Met Gala
Yeah,
and Teen
exactly,
Vogue
just think,
images,
'cause it can
stating
hurt a
that
brand's
fan had
image.
created them, and they liked them so much that they decided to repost them. Yet whoever happened to be involved in this message exchange pressed further by stating that Lily Jean hadn't suggested once that it was fan art or that there was anything indicating that it wasn't supposed to be real. Another defense that Lily used against those critical of her was coming out as pansexual, then instantly using that point as leverage to call each
What?
of her haters homophobic. Unsurprisingly, none of these
Hello,
methods did absolutely
Sonia.
anything to suppress
Oh,
the
Anna,
criticism,
yeah,
so Lily Jean
Anna,
then took
that's
on a
it.
different approach to dealing
Yeah,
with
she must have spent a
haters,
bit of money on
copyright
this.
striking literally
Nah, Anna
anything and
Delvey.
everything that said anything negative about Lily Jean. Almost every single Reddit thread covered in this video displays this message at the top reading, "Sorry, this post was removed by Reddit's legal operations team. This content was removed in response to a copyright claim by a third party." Similarly, on Instagram, images such as this one posted in the last few days displayed that over 3 years after the expose, Lily Jean or her mother are still copyright striking anything with a negative sentiment towards their quote-unquote brand. On YouTube, it's the same story.
True.
Lily Jane lately has been falsely striking YouTube channels. As we all know, she
James,
striked
thank
me.
you for
You know,
getting
the thing
Sonia a
that
sub.
stings
Thank
most
you.
about this is because I was
Did you hear about the
genuinely
person
trying
who
to
was-
be helpful
Wait.
and giving art tips.
Did you hear about the person in Japan who was arrested for Let's Play or whatever? No? What is that?
And like constructive criticism in that video.
Let me talk about how Lily Jane, her mother Lord Truman, tried to dox me.
I
and
love watching art
failed.
videos.
All you have to
That's
do is
so...
type in Lily Jane copyright to reveal how many people she's done this to. Some even went so far as to write about their experience getting DMCA'd by Lily Jean. The video you see above was DMCA'd 2 days after it was uploaded, having only 580 views at the time. A lot for me
What
since
was
my
it,
channel
Calvin?
is
We did a
modest in
PO
size,
box
but no-
opening before, and some of the things didn't have like who sent them. Which one was it? Sorry, Calvin. I may have
viral.
opened it
Your
earlier in
friend
the
comment
stream.
A heavily edited photo of Lily that I used for the thumbnail. That's it. To be abundantly clear, what they're doing is illegal. Lying in a DMCA claim is considered perjury, which is a felony in New York State where they reside. To the multiple accusations
Killer,
of
how are
abusing the
you?
copyright system, Lily Jane would respond by stating, "You have repeatedly done everything to bring me down. You and the rest of the cyberbullies in your group for 18
God, you've gotta be
months,
like-
and
it's
I've
gotta be
quite
mental
frankly had
illness.
enough. There is a difference between fair
Or a
use and
massive
copyright.
troll.
You people seem to think that you can take me down and write and say whatever you want using my content and face,
I
defaming me
did,
along
Alan.
the way, and that is simply not what will happen. For once in your life, tell
The
the
dimmer
truth.
on
What's
it
that?
doesn't work, Calvin, but yes, no, it's here. It's like kind of faded. It's just like I've got to get a new dimmer, I reckon, for it. And it's like the thing is still a bit odd, but I'm gonna have a look. But it's just there. Thank you so much. That is super freaking generous. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, new dragon LED is there. Let's go. But yeah, I gotta get a new dimmer so it like works, because like when it's really plugged in, it's like bright. But thank you. I really appreciate. I was trying to figure out who sent that. Thank you so
Best
much.
part
That's
about
super
the whole
sweet.
thing is that they probably think they're actually on the right path by taking this approach. That if they just do this for long enough, the criticism will eventually go away. Yet, while Lily and her mother are clearly extremely hard workers, the negative impact is actually a result of Lily Jean's deep-seated yet glaringly obvious, complete lack of anything that feels real or admirable.
It's all fake.
Oh,
and
story
that's
times are
why
comfy, yeah.
None of her videos ever feel comfortable to watch, just because you know she's putting on that act so hard.
Taking down anything that's critical of Lily Jean fixes the symptom.
Oh,
but not
yeah,
the
how's
main
Melbourne
problem.
treating you,
As if they're
Sonia? Oh,
taking
you're back.
painkillers every single
How was
day for a
Singapore?
broken knee that in reality is screaming out for a complete reconstruction. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe copyright striking and suppressing anything negative about Lily Jean is the correct move going forward, but there's one thing they need to realize. People will not stop discussing this topic until they learn to ignore the criticism. Everyone can feel as though they haven't moved on, and it's therefore still a relevant topic. Social media success is actually made substantially easier through
Interesting,
criticism, but only if you
interesting.
take it into account.
I'm
and let
over
go.
it. All right.